you don't learn by thinking. You learn by doing. You can get caught up in your thoughts so easily that way, just kind of thinking through all the different possibilities and wondering what is the correct path to take. But at the end of the day, you're never really going to figure it out that way. Very often what you see is you'll see people who just think and think and think and think and think and think before they actually act. And, they're choosing between this path or this path, or this job or whatever. But in the time that they've actually sat around thinking, you could have actually gone out and tried them both. If you just woke up randomly in the middle of a forest and you couldn't see anything around you, are you gonna think, okay, the way to get out of this is just to stand here and think of a plan? Or are you just gonna start walking in a certain direction? You might think for a short while to kind of have some sort of plan, but you're not going to think for too long, because at the end of the day, it's quite obvious that nothing's going to come of that. You have to start taking action. And the same is true in everything. Sometimes you'll take action and you'll realize that wasn't the correct choice in the quest to realize what direction you want to head in your life. Sometimes you will go down a certain path and realize that it's not the right path for you. But that is not wasted time, because that is still learning. And that is how you ultimately figure things out, is by, sometimes you'll take a path in life and it will actually be something you really enjoy. And that's an insight. Okay, I am someone who enjoys this kind of this kind of job or whatever. Or I'm someone who enjoys this kind of person. And then sometimes you'll take an opportunity and realize, oh, I'm someone who does not like this kind of thing. And both of those are instances of learning, but neither of those are things you can actually uncover just without experiencing them. By the way, I think sometimes, and this happened to me, I sat around dreaming of boxing for so long, and I just thought about it all the time, but I never actually did anything about it. By the time I actually started doing it, I eventually kind of realized, oh, this isn't really actually what I thought it would be like. This isn't, the reality of it didn't really line up with the way I imagined it to be. And if I had just tried it sooner, I would have wasted less time dreaming about this thing that I wasn't even going to want to pursue in the end. I coach my the boxing club at my university, and one of the guys I was coaching last night actually asked me he asked me how to get to the point of actually having a fight, of actually competing. And I told him, the first step is to actually join a real boxing gym instead of our university one, because you have to get a taste of what it's actually like, I don't remember who told me this, but a quote that I always remember is, if you're going to fail quickly, because then you waste less time with it. And obviously there are instances where you do have to kind of feel things out for a bit. You're not going to know right away if you want to quit something or whatever, but yeah, I think in general that is good advice. If you're going to fail quickly. So Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that's something that more people need to internalize is that you learn by doing. Like you'll never know what it's like if all it is an idea in your head, you know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.